Hello, this is a video on how to deal with Dragon Punch assists, or DP assists for short, such as Filia's Updo and Parasol's Napalm Pillar. These assists can be pretty hard to play against at first, especially if you're new to assist-based games, but learning how to play against this kind of assist is crucial if you want to be any good at this kind of thing, because they're a pretty solid standard option that a lot of players use, for good reason. So there are two reasons that new players seem to struggle to deal with these assists. The first one is that they force you to mix up your offense. Because if you just go in and you're the sort of player who runs up and just goes for a block string as soon as he can, and you're playing against someone who mashes on that DP assist as soon as you get close, you're just going to get beaten out for free as soon as you come in. So yeah, they force you to mix things up. And the other reason why new players have trouble dealing with them is that even if you decide, right, I'm not going to attack, I'm just going to walk in and bait it and block, blocking the assist leaves you at a disadvantage. So if I try and jump as soon as I can after blocking an assist, you can see there's quite a bit of time where I'm just stuck right in front of Filia's face, blocking, there's nothing else I can do, and it just completely reverses the momentum of the match for free. All she had to do was crouch block and mash a button, and I couldn't attack her and I couldn't block either. So, at first glance that seems horribly powerful and pretty impossible to deal with. But luckily, there are quite a few simple things you can do to deal with this. First of all, quite a simple option is, if you think you're playing against a sort of player who just crouch blocks and calls an assist as soon as you get close, you can not do that, I just messed up, is you can throw them. So if they get hit or thrown before the assist reaches the ground, the assist doesn't do its move, it just taunts and goes away. And even if you land your throw after their assist hits the ground, every character is fully invincible during their throw anyway, so the assist is just going to completely miss you and leave you safe. So throws are very useful against the sort of players who just crouch block and call their DP assists. On top of that, because you don't want to block the assist, you can always run in and try and bait it out and then dodge it and punish it that way. Something like that. Oops. So you can run in, bait out the assist, and punish it. So the two best, or two easiest, most standard ways of punishing an assist are either just to do something as fast as possible, like a jab, so the other Filia in this situation doesn't have much time to, just turn things around and start comboing me. Or to do something like a launcher, because launchers in this game you can cancel into a jump if they hit, even if it only hits an assist character. Oops. So yeah, even if my launcher only hits the assist character and is blocked by the point character, I can still instantly cancel it into a jump so I can jump back and block. So yeah, if you want to safely punish an assist without worrying too much about the point character following up, either go for something quick like a jab or something like a launcher. And if you manage to punish an assist in Skullgirls, there's an extra couple of seconds after they leave the screen where they can't come in. So I'm trying to call this assist as soon as possible, and yeah, you can see there's a pretty long delay before they're allowed to call it again, as opposed to the standard delay, which is fairly short. So as well as just baiting out an assist, moving back and punishing it, you can also go into training mode and try and figure out ways of dodging assists that let you continue your pressure straight away. For example, with Cerebella, if you think Filia is going to go for an assist, you can do something like this. Just try and bait it out, super jump forward, dodge over the assist, and then carry on your pressure like that. This puts the other player in a lot of danger of both characters being hit at once and losing a hell of a lot of life. Another thing you can do if you're playing as a team yourself is to wait until you see their assist coming in and just counter call by calling your own assist afterwards, like that. So even if your assist isn't invincible, even if it's like just a lockdown assist or something, you're still going to be able to counter call it like that after theirs and deal some damage to it. So not only does this punish their assist, deal damage to it, lock it out for a few seconds, if you're this close to your opponent, they also have to block your assist, so it keeps the momentum in your favour, it keeps them blocking, it lets you go for a mix-up or whatever you want, so that's great. And the final thing you can do, which is an option that's exclusive to Skullgirls, is trying to beat out the vulnerable startup that's added to every assist, even normally invincible moves like a DP. So when an assist comes in, there are 2 frames in between it landing and starting the move. So it's a tiny amount of time, a 30th of a second, where it's completely vulnerable to anything that can hit it. So you can try and beat this by timing something like a jab perfectly, which is very difficult. Or you can go through your character's moves and try and find something that stays active for a long time. So in the case of Philia, her slide, for example, you can see her feet stay red for ages, or her hairball stays red for ages, and so on. So if you can find a move like that with your character, you might be able to use it to just put it out in front of a character as an assist comes in to punish it. Like that. Of course, you have to bear in mind that a lot of these moves stop being active as soon as they hit the point character, so you've got to keep your spacing in mind to do something like this. It's not the easiest thing to do, unless you figured out the exact right situation where you can do it. So those are the main simple options that work on every single character in the game that you can deal with, that you can use to deal with a DP assist. As I said earlier, if you try and start a block string and your opponent has called their DP assist already, it's probably going to hit you. However, your character or your team might have ways of dealing with this situation, and it's an incredibly useful situation to be able to deal with. So it's worth going into training mode and seeing what your options are. The way I do this for something like my Cerebella is to record both a save state and a dummy recording, so I'll record myself right up close to Parasol, and Parasol is going to crouch block and call a DP assist. Which means, as you can see, I'm just going to get hit out of the second hit of my block string. So what I'm going to do now I've got that set up, is I'm going to go through every single invincible or armoured move Cerebella has, or any way of cancelling something early, just to see what I can do to make this safe. I could use my lock and load like that to armour through the assist, which is great, but if Parasol blocks it, which he's quite likely to do, that leaves me in her face at a disadvantage, and I'm likely to get punished or pressured for it. It's not really a situation I want to be in. Oops. I could, like that, cancel my lock and load into a 360, which seems pretty good. Like, it'll beat a Parasol that's blocking, it'll beat a Parasol that's rushing in to try and attack after a DP assist comes in. The only thing it'll lose to is Parasol jumping out the way, pretty much, aside from a couple of other reversals and things. But the issue is, if that's my only option, and my opponent's smart, they're going to catch on to it after a while, and they're just going to start jumping every time after the DP assist comes in. And I'm just going to have to whiff a super, which isn't really what I want to be doing. So it's a good option, but hopefully there are other options to balance it out. I could use my own DP like that, which does beat their DP, but again it leaves me vulnerable right in front of Parasol's face, and the only thing I can do is cancel it into a super. My other option, which seems to be the best one at first glance, is to use my tumble run to just armour through the assist, because after that you can run, stop and block, or you can run, stop and go for more pressure. You can cancel it into a 360, cancel it into a cancho, cancel it into a headbutt, pretty much anything. It seems like a pretty strong and safe option to have, so that's pretty cool. But I want to check whether or not this works in an actual match situation, instead of just in this magical theory fighter training mode where I know in advance exactly what's going to happen because I just recorded it. So the way to test something like this, without having to play a bunch of actual matches, is to record some more things. This recording number 1 that I've already recorded has Parasol crouching and calling a DP assist. So recording number 2, I'm just going to record Parasol crouching and doing nothing. Sorry, crouch blocking and doing nothing. And Parasol, in recording number 3, Parasol is going to crouch without blocking at all. So now I now have block and call and assist, and don't block. So if I set this to random and set this to both, every time I hit select, it's going to put me right in front of Parasol. She'll sometimes block, sometimes won't block, sometimes call and assist, and so on. So I'm going to see if it's possible to do this block string and cancel it into something safe like Cerebella's sweep if it gets blocked, cancel it into heavy punch and go into a full combo if it hits, or cancel it into run and armor through the assist if an assist comes in. Oops, I messed that up. So aside from me having terrible reactions at the start there, it seems like it is possible to fairly consistently do this on reaction. Probably a lot more consistently if you're a better player than myself. My reactions are kind of slow. So yeah, that's an incredibly useful tool for Cerebella to have, and it's definitely worth checking whether or not it's possible for your team to do this as well. As another example, let me see. I was messing around with Peacock earlier. Peacock's only real invincible move she can use to end a block string straight away is that DP. But that leaves her unsafe, so the only real option she has for this is like that. To call the assist just before she uses it to make it safe. So that seems like a great option if I have Peacock on point. So you should use your team, your characters, and see what you can do in this situation as well. Like I've said in this video, it's always better to try and bait out a DP assist, or dodge it, or counter call it, or anything like that, instead of having to rely on something like this. But if you do have this option, it's a great backup thing to have. So that's about it for this video. Hopefully you're going to have a lot more fun with Skullgirls now that you're not walking face first into a DP assist every time you play against one. Enjoy.